All right, greetings, greetings, greetings. Positive energy all the time. Hope you all doing great. Hope you all having a great day. Let's get this rolling. Rep your city, rep your city. We got Oakland in the building. We got Miami-Dade in the house. We got the NO in the building. Of course, to everybody on Facebook, I'm representing the Windy City, a.k.a. Chicago. Everybody on Kick, Twitch, and YouTube, at both Facebook accounts. I see all of you. We got San Jose, California in the building representing strong. We got Greensboro in the building. We got the great city of Atlanta in the building. Richmond, California is here. Buffalo, New York is here. Yeah, we're getting it. Let's get it. Let's get it. We are getting it. Who else is here? We got the ATL in the building. Got Oakland, California in the building. We got the UK representing strong. South side of Chicago is here. We got Bryan, Texas in the building. What else? Who else? Rep your city. Let them know you're here. We got a brethren in here representing Trinidad. Shout out to all my brethren and sisters in Trinidad and Jamaica. Stand firm. All my people overseas, all my brothers and sisters in Africa and the Caribbean. Stand strong. It's time to build up your homelands. We might talk about that. So I'm ready to get it started. I am drinking a concoction I made up. This is some ginger beer. And I have taken this ginger beer and I've put a little beetroot powder in the ginger beer. Right? So it's ginger beer. I just took a little spoon and a little funnel, put some of the beetroot powder in there to give it a little extra nutritional value. These type of things I talk about a lot on Vegan Intel. So make sure you subscribe to Vegan Intel so you can be on top of the game. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to Vegan Intel if you're interested in your health. But if not, still, when you're cooking your dinner every now and then, or you're making a little snack or a salad, make sure you get some beets, chop some beets up in there. Also get you some beetroot powder, right? Keep that circulation going. You have to keep that circulation going, all right? Always remember, take care of your heart, take care of your blood. Red, eat red, okay? Red things, cherries, strawberries, beets, watermelon. So I'm always paying attention to everything that's going on in the world, scrolling through my various social media accounts. But mostly I just do Instagram and YouTube. Facebook, I post. I don't know what's going on over there. X, I don't know what's going on over there. I just post. But you can't help but to see Epstein files, Epstein files, Epstein files, Epstein files, Epstein files, Epstein files. I get all kind of questions in my DMs on Instagram about what I think about the Epstein files. Right now, my suspicion is that if they blitz the public with enough Epstein file misinformation, people will get bored and move on. So they're just saying everybody and their mother was with Jeffrey Epstein. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. In some cases, it's like this. Let's say I got a friend named Richard, and I'm always going every now and then and hanging out with Richard, and everybody knows I'm hanging out with Richard. But Richard's not doesn't live in my house. He's not my sister. He don't live with me like my sister. He don't live with me like maybe my wife or my children. So there's a lot of times I'm not around Richard. So let's say Richard goes out here and gets into something that's a little sleazy. And Richard's got people coming to his house a lot when I'm not there. And so now all of us that's coming to the house, people start saying we all be at Rich's house. We all be at Rich's house. Yeah, Pharaoh's at Rich's house. And this is the Epstein situation because now Jeffrey Epstein don't have no regular friends. He doesn't do no business meetings. Right? This is so ridiculous. He doesn't be around no business people, but he's filthy rich, right? He's filthy rich, right? Coming up off of Wall Street and down in that business. So now all of a sudden, every last person that's on his flight log is involved with the certain things he was doing, which, I mean, that's a little ridiculous. But once you get it on social media, that's where ridiculous lives at. Ridiculous lives on social media. So people on social media want attention. And so to get attention, they'll say anything. They'll say anything for views and clicks. Anything. So if Jeffrey Epstein is a hot topic, and you got a lot of people out here that's desperate for attention on social media. They're going to start posting Epstein stuff, so somebody will watch them. And Jeffrey Epstein this, and Jeffrey Epstein that, and this one been with Jeffrey Epstein, and that one been with Jeffrey Epstein, and that one been with Jeffrey Epstein, to the point where they're basically helping to bury the case. Actually, they don't even know it. They're going to make it so ridiculous that by summer it'll be over. It'll be over. You got people making AI pictures of different people together, not even make just anything, like AI pictures of people hanging out, you know, and they're putting people in it that actually would never get a chance to be around Jeffrey Epstein. The only way some of these people would ever get around Jeffrey Epstein is if he was hiring them. Yeah, if he was hiring them to do some business. Even without AI, social media will ruin anything. It's not just AI. It's social media. Especially men. Because the males on social media are releasing their female energy. They internet gossip more than you could ever believe. You look at it, you say, what kind of man is obsessed with what the hell Jeffrey Epstein was doing? Like, dude, get a life, you know? So the men in the social media era are feminine. They like to gossip. They put on skirts and panties for views, basically. They want to be seen so bad that their manhood is gone. Because a man is not going to just bring up another man's name in something without like really knowing they self, you know? Like if you're masculine, you're not going to say, dude was out with Epstein. Like you're not going to say that, you know? You ain't, not no masculine man ain't going to start saying that. I can't click on no button and you tell me some dude was with Epstein. I'm not finna repeat that because I clicked the button and see somebody said that. Clicking the button, what that mean? Okay, I clicked on and you said this. I got no verifications based on what you reported. See? Femininity. Come over here dropping people's names. You see? Like girl traits. Couldn't wait to drop somebody's name. You know what I'm saying? Had to delete it. Had to delete it because they want to turn my YouTube page into their type of life. Like, bro, keep that on your own account. Keep that over there. Get somebody to come over there to your account with that. Don't bring that girly stuff over here. I got toxic masculinity. I don't know nothing. I ain't saying nothing. How feminine is that? I don't know none of that. He don't know either. He don't know none of that. He don't know none of that to be true at all. None of it. It's not even admissible in court from them. That would be called hearsay. What? So I'm supposed to believe all this stuff on social media that they saying? Based on what? I understand what they saying, but I'm trying to say what make me what do they have to make me believe what they saying? How am I supposed to believe what they saying? So TMZ go say something, I'm supposed to believe it just because they said it? Based on what? That's without no real solid proof to who you're telling it to, that's basically media gossip. Basically. So now everybody that been with Jeffrey Epstein. Everybody. Santa Claus and Spider Man, they been with Jeffrey Epstein. They been over there. Yeah, Santa Claus and Spider Man. They been out. They been out to the Epstein spot. You know what I'm saying? Swear to God. That's what somebody said. That's what I heard. I heard Santa Claus been there and Spider Man. That's what I heard. I heard Spider Man and Santa Claus is in the Epstein files, but they cleaned it. They deleted them. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. I swear to everything I don't love on everything on everything I don't love. I heard that Santa Claus and Spider Man was in the Epstein files. That's what I heard. That's what I heard though. They tell me it's deeper than what y'all. They say it's deep. They said, a little birdie told me, y'all don't even know half of it. That Santa Claus you know, been hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein from the jump, him and Spider Man. They say Santa introduced Spider Man to it because Spider Man not old as Santa. And they say Spider Man was like using his web to tie up the victims. Oh, I heard. I heard Spider Man was tying them up. Like, they were tying. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. Yep, I heard that Santa Claus and Spider Man is in the Epstein files on everything. On everything. It's a lot of people been in the Epstein files. They say Wonder Woman and the Easter Bunny is in it. That's what they say. And they said Wonder Woman and the Easter Bunny is in the Epstein files. I'm telling y'all on everything. I'm telling you. I heard that somebody else heard that somebody else heard that. I'm telling you, they say Wonder Woman and the Easter Bunny was in the Epstein file and they took them out because they didn't want to ruin the kids' Easter and they didn't want the women to protest because they don't got that many superheroes. So they had to pull it out. But yeah, they in the files on everything. The Easter Bunny and Wonder Woman is in the Epstein file. I'm telling you. That's what I heard. They said everybody was there. Santa Claus and Superman, the Easter Bunny and Wonder Woman. Man, they say now. They say Batman and Superman was there. They in the file. Listen, man. They say that Batman and Superman is in the Epstein files. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. I heard they in the Epstein file. Everybody in the Epstein file. I'm telling you. Everybody. They said, I'm in the Epstein file. My sister in the Epstein file. My mom, my daddy, all my cousins. They say my neighbor, Mr. Thurman, in the Epstein file. They say Mr. Johnson's in the Epstein file. Mrs. Johnson, Mr. and Mrs. Young, Mr. Jackson, Mr. and Mrs. Jackson. That's why they say Mr. Jackson that live on the next street from where I grew up. They say that he was in the Epstein files and he was over there and his wife, and he didn't know his wife was there, and that's why they made that song. I'm sorry, Mr. Jackson. They say that's about Mr. Jackson's wife being at the Epstein spot, and she in the Epstein spot. That's what Sorry Miss Jackson. They said that's what they say. That's about Mr. Jackson's wife. That's why they say sorry, Mr. Jackson. I am for real on my soul. That's what they say. They say Miss Jackson is in the Epstein files. That's what they say. Mr. Jackson passed away. He'll be so hurt. That's what I heard. I heard everybody in the Epstein files. Everybody. And it was like the Easter Bunny had got arrested one day when they was ready to go to the Epstein spot because he was trying to get the Tricks Rabbit to go. But the Tricks Rabbit stole off on him, said he didn't want to be bothered with that kind of stuff. Because he said tricks are for kids. You know what I'm saying? And the Tricks Rabbit beat up the Easter Bunny. That's what they say. They say the Tricks Rabbit beat up the Easter Bunny because he didn't want to go to Epstein's spot. That's what I heard. I heard all of them was in the file. They took them out. They took them out. That's what I heard. Everybody was there. That's what I heard. I heard they was all there. Spider-Man, Captain Crunch. Everybody was in the Epstein files. I'm telling you, it's a cover-up. They don't want you to know. I'm telling you, Captain Crunch was there. He was in the Epstein files. This is serious. This is serious. This ain't no joke. Everybody was in the Epstein files. They redacted. They took a lot of that stuff out. I'm trying to tell you. It's a serious. This is a real horrible situation. I'm telling you. Everybody was in the Epstein file. Not just the Pope, the whole Vatican was there. Yeah. The whole Vatican was there. I'm trying to tell you. I mean, everybody, man, they took out so many people. They took out Fred Flintstone. They said Wilma wasn't there, but they said Barney and Betty was there. They said Barney and Betty was there. Fred was there. Wilma was suspicious. You know what I'm saying? They said Fred was there, yabba dabba doing and all that. They took Fred out the Epstein files. Fred Flintstone. I'm telling you, this is heavy, man. This needs to be investigated and dealt with seriously. They trying to hide the truth, y'all. Yeah, they don't want us to know who was in the Epstein files. I'm telling you, man. They trying to hide it. They trying to hide it, man. Everybody was there. They say the Easter Bunny was there, that they was messing with animals. That's what I heard. That Wonder Woman was there, the Easter Bunny. They say they compromised Superman and Batman was up in there. And like Batman threatened Jeffrey and stuff. Told him it better not get out. He smacked, they say Superman smacked Jeffrey because he kept calling him Batty Man. They said Superman said, I'm not Batman, stop playing with me. And Superman had to smack him because he kept calling him Batman, but he kept calling him Batty Man like it was a joke. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. Yo, everybody was there, Santa and everybody. They made the real Santa come. Let's say Santa tried to send one of them bootleg Santas be at the mall. And they like, nah, we want the original real Santa. We don't want the bootleg ones. Yeah, Santa and the Epstein files. I'm trying to tell you. Everybody in the Epstein files. Secret Squirrel. Everybody. I'm telling you, man. Everybody. That's why they said they stopped selling Sugar Crisp because the sugar bear got caught at Epstein's spot and he was in the Epstein file. That's why they pulled down a lot of your favorite cereals. You know what I'm saying? They said dude was all up in there talking about he cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and all that. Man, it's a lot of man. If they tell everything the kids, they hearts gonna be broken if they find out all them people was at the Epstein spot. They're gonna be heartbroken. Yeah, Tennessee Tuxedo was there. He sure was. Him and McGilla Gorilla. All them. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you, man, this is deeper than you think. Everybody in the Epstein files, man, they don't want you to know. They said all the rappers that lost the Freestyle Friday battle on 106 Park, they said all the ones lost was there. They said all they said all of the rappers. They said all of the rappers that lost the Freestyle Friday battle, they was all there. That was all there. That's what I heard. I heard everybody was there. That's what everybody keeps telling me. They keep telling me. Everybody. I mean, man, they said rappers were there that wasn't even that big then. Like they said, dude wasn't nobody. They tried to say he was there. Like, dude wasn't nobody. What is you talking about? Was I there? That's what I heard. I heard I was there. They said I was there. Yeah, they said I was there. They said they took me out the Epstein files. I was mad. Yeah, I was mad about them saying I was there and I wasn't there. Yeah, I was mad about that. I didn't like that. I ain't like them saying I was there and I wasn't there. Because they got the story crazy. They got the story like it was just all kids there. Man, y'all believe it was just kids? They just got the story all messed up. That ain't how them parties go. Them parties have sections and rooms. They got all type of stuff. They got regular heterosexual rooms and stuff. They got all kind of rooms. Just because you there, it don't mean you was in the room with the animals. It's just like when you go to Mexico. Like, I don't know if they're probably still doing this. But if you was a baller, you used to go to Mexico and they had special hotels, and you order how many women you wanted in your room, 2, 3, 5, 10. They come with the room and the price. But you can order all other kind of stuff too. But just because you in the hotel in your room don't mean you got nothing to do with dude down in the other room. You don't know what he in there doing. But they'll go catch dude in the other room doing some crazy stuff, and then they'll try to uh, put it you know what I'm saying? They'll try to put that on everybody. You know what I'm saying? So you could be there and not really know, like, you can go to a party and really not know what's going on. No, they not gonna prosecute that. They not finna prosecute that. They don't even have that real information. What they gonna who they gonna prosecute? You know what I'm saying? I ain't really dropping no names over. I already told you, David, you a name dropper. Cause you ain't got no reputation or nothing. If you had a reputation and you dropped them names, you would pay for it. Don't come over here dropping them over here. Go on your own account and do that stuff and see if you don't get a visit. Don't come over here. Man, let me tell y'all something. Don't be on your social media typing no names on the. You play if you want to. Don't say I didn't tell you. Don't you get on your social media reposting nothing about nobody that was supposedly there. Mind your business before somebody mind your business for you. On some real, telling you, mind your business. That would be my advice. Don't be like David. David probably ain't nobody. He probably won't. But he keep trying to make my account hot. You know what I'm saying? This dude David thought he constantly trying to make it hot over here. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna have to be responsible for it. He trying to put it on me. Like in the streets, David, you know what I'm saying? We look at him like woo 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 woo. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, dude, you know what I'm saying? He always trying to get people hot. Like a police. You know what I'm saying? It's like police activity. You know what I'm saying? Why you coming over here dropping names? Y'all see me drop any names? I didn't drop no names. I said Santa Claus, Spider Man. I'm trying to teach y'all something. All jokes aside. If you don't learn, I don't know what to tell you. They ain't gonna come to my door, but they gonna watch all my subscribers though. They gonna watch everybody, not just me. If you over here and somebody coming over here saying something crazy, he making them watch you too. You know, they're not gonna watch me because they already got my file. They ain't got to dig up no information on me. They just push a button. Oh my, they already. The feds already know who I am. No, they're gonna watch with him, and then they're gonna watch, and then everybody's under the microscope because he saying stuff he ain't got no business saying. That's why I say make the channel hot, not me. When he make the channel hot and you on the channel, he making you hot. Now let's say you're doing some tax crooked stuff with your taxes or this and that, and then they watch you because you talking crazy about the Epstein file, and then they find other things. Now you get arrested. You get a tax lien. You get this. You get that. Or a picture of your girlfriend show up on your white phone when you get through playing. You know what I'm saying? Because you on here talking about Epstein, then you cheating on your husband or wife, and them people see you. They're like, okay, you got a lot of nerve. Dot dot. Send your information to your mate. Get that divorce ready now. Since you know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, you want to put out dirty laundry? Okay. Ah, they find something about your wife, your children, your mama, your daddy, you know, people in your family, your job. You might get your whole job shut down. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't about, I ain't protecting me, I'm protecting my subscribers. I'm already, the police and the feds, they ain't interested in me. They ain't interested in me. They already know. They already know my whole stilo. I've been on here. I've been on here 12 years, and they've been knowing me since I was a baby, though. But they've been knowing me. Feds been knowing me since I was probably about 7, 8, for sure by 10. Then I had a special files by 20. Well, about 20, 24, 25. I had a file anyway. When your family work for the feds, everybody they check everybody. Yeah, they check. You know what I'm saying? They check, and when I say everybody, they check everything. And my mother worked for the government, and I've been leave the feds alone, man. Leave Fed cases and that type of stuff. Leave that stuff alone. Big time conspiracies like that with a lot of famous people. Hey, go ahead, play with their names. These are some. These is not no. These people is not the people names you want to be playing with. Just let it play out how it was gonna play out. I know you could see that it ain't playing out. What that tell you? You don't even know if Jeffrey alive or not. Oh my soul. Is he gone? Don't nobody know. They ain't gonna even know. They're not gonna even know they found out. G-Rock. They're not gonna know, man. When they hit you, you ain't gonna even think nobody hit you. You're gonna think it's an accident. You ain't gonna know. No, you ain't gonna know. Uh-uh. Ain't nobody gonna know. It's just gonna be a unfortunate situation. Ain't nobody gonna know nothing. Yeah. They not trying to make you know nothing. They trying to silence you. They're not interested in you knowing. They just interested in shutting your mouth. That's it. It's that simple. And they got all the time in the world. Like I watch a lot of dudes on social media, a lot of white dudes and different dudes. I be shaking my head. I'm like, I can't believe they be on there talking like that. All in the government's business. I'm like, bruh, certain governmental things you could talk about, like running for president, stuff like that, that's cool. But when you start talking about something like this, that's bigger than what they showing you, because they not they not showing people what's really up with the. These people don't know what's up with the Epstein files. This is the Epstein files, and this is what they seeing now. You know what I'm saying? This is how it really is, and this is how bad they say. They say it's this bad. They showing you this much. They showing you this much. They're saying it's this bad. They can't show you this, but really, it ain't nowhere near touching the surface of nothing. Really, all that stuff they saying, that's not even it. They ain't touching, man. They ain't touching the surface on that situation. That's a fact. You got this. You pretend it's this. You pretend you're trying to hide this, and you have them trying to find out this, and they struggling to find out this, so they won't be struggling to find out this. They got you looking for something that when you find it, it ain't even what they hiding. You know what I'm saying? What you looking for ain't nothing. You don't even know what you should be looking for. They feed you what to look for. Then they hide it. And then you struggle, waste parts of your life looking for something that they planted for you to find. Plant something over there, you going all and it's all the way over there. I mean, you got victims of certain situations that want to tell, but they're victims of a minute part of the whole reality. Basically, they're victims. They're real victims out here, but that's just a small part of the whole reality. That's why if them victims was a big part of reality, them victims would not be talking. They would have been out of here. So they talking about something that ain't nothing they could do about it. Jeffrey gone. What you gonna do? See what I'm saying? You can say whatever you want to say about Jeffrey. Where he at? Okay, he guilty. Now what? Nothing. So okay, so what's all this for? It's distractions. Basically. That's been that's over with. Been over with. It's already that's already been cleaned up years ago. What, 2019? What are we doing? And now it's just getting ridiculous and just foolishness, basically. But to those of y'all watching me, mind your business. Don't be sticking your nose in this. You're not benefiting from it. You're not gonna get a reward or a trophy. And if the people that's really supposed to get in trouble are filthy, filthy, filthy rich, they ain't never gonna get in trouble. And people been knowing about all these different secret societies and stuff, and they still out here, and there ain't nothing nobody can do about it. If you stick your nose in it, then it's gonna go bad for you, basically. So just find something else to talk about, and don't you put yourself and your mind and waste your time in that. Like, take care of your health, think about your health, your economics, your family, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's some whole other economical tier right there. When you go to the top, there's this thing that they believe you could get on social media and expose something, and man, that's make believe. Is people think we can expose this and something gonna happen from them exposing it. Ain't nothing gonna happen. What is you talking about? You don't have nothing to expose. There's nothing to expose. It ain't gonna be nothing but a couple of movie series, late night TV series. That's all gonna happen. A couple special editions, a couple of movie series. The Epstein files tonight. Yeah, and he had me, some lady, and then yeah, and he got me, and then that's it. And they're gonna make money off of. They're gonna make money off of your interest in it. They're gonna make a fortune. All you doing is making them make some stuff for you to watch, to make some money, to run commercials, to have it on one of these networks, to make some money. That's it. How's it going to be some justice? According to the system, Jeffrey gone. So, okay, what justice? I mean, he wasn't even the ringleader. The real mastermind got away smooth. He wasn't a boss. There'll be all kind of pictures made about it. I don't know if it'll be a major motion picture because people don't go to the movies no more. So it's got to be some be on Netflix and stuff like that. The movies is a thing of the past. They still try to drop movies here and there, and people go, but nobody goes to the movies too much. What's the big movie out right now? It ain't one, right? All right. So how the movie theaters making money? Well, they gotta wait until they drop the summer blockbuster. How they gonna make money like that when they only have a big movie push twice a year? You know, Christmas and sometime like Easter, I think. Maybe three times, maybe some once in the summer. That's it, like three big movies, and that's it. Like right now, what's the big movie to go see? It ain't one. You know, some people got a little idea what's going on. You can go watch them, and they're telling, oh, I don't do no police work. I just want to come over and have a little fun because they just pulling up anybody. They say Captain Crunch in the Epstein files, Bozos in the Epstein file. Dang. The bird on the Fruit Loops is on the Epstein file. Frosty the Snowman in the Epstein file. Batman and Superman, you know. Wonder Woman and the Easter Bunny. You know, they just everybody. I just couldn't take it no more. You know, Santa Claus and Spider Man's in the MC. I'm like, come on, all right, enough. I'm up there. All right, I don't want to hear no more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Bozo, Tony the Tiger, everybody in the Epstein files, man. Stop, man. Wonder Woman and the Easter Bunny. It's in the Epstein file. He was mad the bunny showed up at the party. Come on, man. Everybody in the Epstein file. They just, man, everybody. People that's too young to even be there, man. I think Chief Keef was in the Epstein file. Like, Chief Keef is a baby. What the hell? They just said anybody. They said people's in the Epstein file that wasn't even nobody. They wasn't even nobody. They said you're in the Epstein file. I'm like, dude, wasn't nobody. What? Go back and make the numbers match. What? Dude wasn't nobody back then. You looking at dude now and trying to say he was the same dude now back then. Man, get the hell out of here. Yeah, Snow White and all the doors, everybody met in the Epstein. Tony the Tiger, he brought Frosted Flakes and everything to the party. Like everybody knows that, everybody. Alice and Wonderland. They all there. They all. Everybody is there in the Epstein files. Everybody. I think the only person they didn't let in was the Hulk, the Incredible Hulk. I think they didn't let the Hulk in. I don't think. That's the only one. That's the only person they refused was the Hulk. But they let everybody else in though. Flash and all of them is in there. Spider-Man, everybody, boy. Everybody, man, everybody in the Epstein files. Everybody. I heard some of my relatives down in Alabama, man, and the country is in Epstein files. That's what I heard. I heard the whole Chicago Bulls bench is in the Epstein files. That's what I heard. I heard all the dudes that got cut from the Raiders is in the Epstein files. For real. I seen one video where the 10 ladies had to bust a balloon, and they said all 10 of the balloon busting ladies was in the Epstein file. Yeah, they said that's where they started busting the balloons at. Yeah, they said at Jeffrey Epstein Mansion, that's where they start popping balloons. That's what I heard. I heard that's where the balloon popping came from. That's deep, ain't it? That's what I heard. That's what I heard, though. I heard everybody was in the Epstein file. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. I heard everybody in there. That's what I heard. Yup. They said I was there and I didn't even know I was. They said I was there and I didn't even know I was there. They said they got mad at me on social media and went and just put me on the Epstein files just for the hell of it. That's why I heard they put me on there. I heard they put me on the Epstein files. I'm in Epstein files. That's what I heard. I heard they put me on in there. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. I heard if you look in the Epstein files, you're gonna see Pharaoh said that. They didn't even use my real name. They call me Pharaoh said that in the Epstein files. I swear to God. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the Epstein files. It's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. Rappers, athletes, people that ain't really nobody in the world with billionaires, just a millionaire is in the Epstein file. Boy, that's crazy as hell. He had a big old plane, didn't he? All he did was Epstein. He didn't do no filing, huh? Epstein didn't do nothing but weirdo stuff. He didn't have no other job. I already talked about that. He used to retrieve money when people got ripped off. That's how he got rich. He got rich if somebody beat you out of some stock market deal or something for like $500,000, he would go get the money. That's how he got in the game. That's how he made all his money, retrieving money from rich people that beat out other rich people. Find rich con men to get your money back. That's how he got into the game. They done turned it into some whole other stuff, man. I want to talk about this. Somebody called me yesterday talking about they said dude in the Epstein file. I'm like, dude wasn't nobody. Well, if y'all don't get y'all ass out here, just anybody. They'll say anybody. I said, man, get your ass out of here, dude. Wasn't nobody to be in no damn Epstein file. All right, y'all getting silly now. Are you kidding me? He ain't nobody to nobody but us. He ain't nobody to them billionaires like that. Anytime you think that the people that the billionaires that pay the millionaires, and you think the millionaires is more important than the people that pay them, you're crazy. They don't want no rappers. They want the people that run the whole company. What the hell they want with a rapper when they can get the head of Universal? Duh. How they gonna blackmail a rapper? For those that know what was really going on, what the real espionage behind getting them people in compromising positions, you got to think who you want to get in a compromised position. A rapper or a leader of a country or a head of a banking system. What the hell you going to blackmail out of a rapper? Make it make some sense. Okay, and what you going to get out of a rapper? This was all about heads of states and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? This was some whole other shit. This wasn't like no freak off. This ain't that. This was some other high level international stuff. Big time. You ain't gonna never know the truth on that. Common sense will tell you that. You ain't gonna never know nothing about that. Nothing. There's nothing where you can find the information on that. Any files they found was junk. Them Epstein files ain't worth 20 cents. Just the fact they got them show you they ain't nothing. Them people do stuff, write it down, and when they get finished, they burn it. There is no evidence when you get to that level of the occult and that level of it. Boy, they burn, and boy, they ain't got no evidence. Evidence, what is that? I will tell y'all this. It was a situation. I give you a little information. It was a situation where they was doing this. This is what it was about. There was a situation where world leaders found out they was doing this and then wanted to infiltrate that to blackmail people. But it wasn't set up to blackmail people. It wasn't set up for them. It was set up to do this. That's what it's about. Then other things started happening based on that. And people wanted to go and get involved and start to get information to blackmail people. Jeffrey got backdoored by somebody. that was making those deals, and he didn't know nothing about those deals, basically. So a lot of stuff they putting on Jeffrey ain't got nothing to do with Jeffrey. That's all I can tell you. All you gotta do is look close. You'll see who the boss was. You know, the boss right there, plain sight. It's crazy. The boss right there, still bossing. You know what I'm saying? So he's running a big game on everybody. If we blackmail a bunch of people and they do stuff and then they pass away, the blackmail's no more good. That person gone. Many of them old people that was involved in that, they gone. It's only a few of them left. They have no value. You know what I'm saying? They have no value. Like that was then. Like now, it was a lot. It was a lot involved in that. They mix everything involved with the situation, but situations cause situations, and then people think that the situation was meant to cause a situation, but no, situations came out of that situation, and world powers start doing certain things that had nothing to do with the initial. The initial was just to go have some fun and just be rich and just go, you know, have a good time. Then money started being offered for different services, more illegal things, things that's not acceptable with society. And so start moving into different businesses. That's how that went. It's a whole bunch of money you want to pay to do certain things. And then some of them things became espionage. Get them to do this, get film of them to do this so we can get them to do that. Basically, like they could bring you in a situation, get you a little intoxicated with a fine of grown women, really get you intoxicated. And when you kind of out your mind, they can switch the woman for somebody else. Take the pictures, click, click, click. Got you. You don't even know. You wake up. Who was all these in this bed with me? Got you. Now it looked like you wanted to do that. You ain't want. They ain't want to do that. It was a setup. That was a. That wasn't no sex ring. That was a blackmail ring. That's all I'm gonna tell you. That was all blackmail. That was not what they telling y'all. All that was for the purpose of blackmail. That's how it ended. That ain't how it started, but that's what it was. It was all kind of dirty things was done to blackmail these men, to make these men look guilty for something they wasn't guilty for. The men wasn't guilty of that. They was set up. So now they can release these men and ruin their reputation for the rest of their life because nobody don't know they was set up. It was a setup. And once they get them pictures and stuff, now they can start making you do all kind of stuff or release the pictures. So they judging a lot of men for no reason, like they was really innocent. They ain't know Jeffrey was gonna do that type of stuff. But like I said, Jeffrey didn't run nothing. He was a worker too. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. Don't y'all get yourself all caught up into that because you're getting yourself caught up into something that you ain't gonna know anyway. That all that information is gone, been gone. Okay, I don't let them start tricking you with this person's in the file and that person's in the file, and that's just nonsense. Like, don't waste your time with that. They're trying to get you to hate people based on words. Somebody saying this or saying that to ruin people's reputation and basically do the same type of blackmailing. Certain lawyers pick that up and is doing it. You always see this lawyer threatening to sue people for stuff that don't even be real. Some money, it's extortion, really. False information and then extort you. Because if they come out and say something about me, the way the internet is, a whole bunch of people gonna run with it regardless. Regardless, especially dudes, especially a lot of men. In this area, a lot of men on social media, they'll take a story and they'll run with it like they have mental issues and they'll just run with the story and they'll just be all caught up in the story. Usually, people that don't have a life themselves, they be caught up in other people's life. Yeah, Pharaoh did all this, like that. Like before I got over here, good. One of them came over. You see, he came over here. He all into like trashing these people's life because he ain't. See what I'm saying? What's up with that? Why did you? What you getting out of saying these typing these people names? See what I'm saying? You have to ask yourself. If somebody come over here typing somebody's name, trying to trash them. You have to ask yourself, what do they get out of that? What type of stimulant? They got to get some kind of stimulant out of it. So ask yourself what kind of stimulant you get from doing that. Because you only got the bright side, the light, and the darkness. So that's when you're on the dark side. You become just as bad as what you're talking about. Basically, you become the same thing you don't like. The way you spreading it, you work for it. Why you spreading all this dark stuff? Like you happy it happened. You gotta be careful of that type of vibration, people. You understand? If you follow somebody on Instagram and they post that too much, unfollow them. You don't really need that stuff popping up on your timeline like that. It ain't mentally healthy. It pulls you out of your real world and puts you in a fake world about somebody else's business. How much time a day you got to worry about somebody else's business with all the stuff we got to deal with? I try to get you back focused on taking care of your business, taking care of your health, taking care of your family, your situation. That's what I'm on. Like, focus. I'm not into no sending you all to outer space with no conversations like a lot of people. They want to send you on some mental trip listening to them. They making money. They monetizing off of selling you fairy tales, and then they getting paid. They got you all in space and all in horror, and they just all they doing is getting that YouTube money. Imagine somebody come and get you all alarmed about something. They getting paid, you not. Yeah, y'all, I'm gonna tell you about the vampires in the White House, right? The whole time they monetizing it, right? You listening to it like, wow, woo, wow. They looking at the clicks and how much money they gonna get. Oh, I gotta make up another one tomorrow. The werewolves. All you gotta do is check it out. You see, with the monetization, oh man, content creators gotta make up something. Some of them is desperate. I need something to talk about, man. And they wake up and they talk about anything. NBA YoungBoy so and so. They be anything, anything. They jump. They come quick. Quick. Anything happen. You know what I'm saying? Little Dirk court case, Little Dirk. If they say Little Dirk pooted in the courtroom, Little Dirk pooted in the courtroom, they be like, okay, that's cool. They ain't really giving no information. They just got to get them views. You know what I'm saying? Especially once they get so many views and they getting such a check coming in, and they start upping their lifestyle. So they raise their lifestyle. They get a better home. They got a higher mortgage. They get a better car. Now they just be like YouTube trolls. They gotta come up with something. And it's cool. I like content creators, but take your time and make some good content really from the heart, and stop just saying whatever to get views. It's cheapening the whole setup is getting cheapened. It's cheapening it. They're gonna run it in the ground. People not gonna be watching pretty soon if they don't really bring some integrity to it. I mean, so watch out for that. You know what I'm saying? The Epstein file things. Don't be a part of trashing nobody's career. Talking about they was in the Epstein files and you don't really got no proof. You don't really know what's going on. Like, I don't know what's going on. How I'm gonna take a story I heard about somebody in the Epstein file and start saying all this crazy stuff. They going and pulling up old pictures of dudes trying to prove they weird, this and that. Just like obsessed, like with ruining people. Like that's the new thing. Like an obsession to bring people down and ruin people. It's like an obsession now. It's crazy. It really is. It's like, damn, what is this? This is where we going with it? That's crazy. Look, y'all stay positive, support the channel, run them likes up. You got to watch these conspiracies, For real.